Do you need me to open up my screen? Oh, good. You did it already. Good deal. Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say it worked.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of College and Career Pathways, where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m., we provide you with information on colleges and universities, financial aid resources, technical schools, training programs, skilled trade professions, career readiness skills, college and career exploration, all designed to help you make the best career decisions possible. I'm Toni, your host, and today we will be speaking with Deborah Cohen from Douglas J Aveda Beauty Institute, and she's going to share information about the wonderful opportunities that they have to offer. Deborah, welcome to College and Career Pathways.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry I'm a little late today.
That's okay. That's okay.
Gotta love technology.
I know.
So yes, my name is Deborah Cohen. I'm a field admissions rep at Douglas J. And so typically I'm out in schools all over the state visiting and doing presentations. So this year obviously is a little different for everybody, but I'm learning as I go. I'm filling in a bunch of different admissions roles, and we're all kind of learning new roles. So it's been fun.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to tell you all about Douglas J and where we're located, our partnership with Aveda, the programs that we offer, as well as some career opportunities that maybe you haven't thought about yet. So I'm happy to take questions as we go, or you can put them in the chat if you have any, or we can catch them at the end as well. So this is Doug Weaver and his wife Sharon, our founders. We're a third generation family-owned business. And they started this company way back in the 50s with a tiny, tiny little salon in East Lansing. So as he was growing the business and hiring, he was not super impressed with the level of education that people had coming into the industry. So that's kind of how he got the idea of the school thing. He was really passionate about mentoring and teaching and creating opportunities in this industry. He was super passionate about cosmetology. His parents were both licensed cosmetologists, and just a really great guy, really great in the community, very well known. His two sons, Scott and TJ, actually run the company today. They're both licensed cosmetologists as well. They do demos on our campuses. Excuse me. So 55 years later, we have grown quite a bit. We actually own and operate 6 professional salon and spas, as well as 6 Aveda Institutes. So lots of growth and lots of opportunity. We are partnered with Aveda. For those of you who don't know what Aveda is or haven't heard, it's there's Aveda Institutes all over the world. It's actually a brand owned by Esteology. Very environmentally friendly, naturally derived products. They smell amazing, in my opinion. So the Aveda network is really, it looks great on a resume. It's a really great, well-known curriculum. So in this industry, Aveda is definitely well-known, and you'll learn all about the ingredients they use and kind of why we partnered with Aveda. Interesting fact, the founder of Aveda was actually good personal friends with Doug Weaver, our founder. So it was kind of we're one of the larger Aveda partners, and he actually had a lot of input in the Aveda curriculum when they were creating the school. So pretty cool to be a part of that. And this is a picture of Scott Weaver and his brother TJ. Like I said, they run the company today. Really great guys. As big as we've gotten, we are still very much, have that family culture, which I love. So we are nationally accredited. That just means there is financial aid available to those that qualify. So something to keep in mind when you're applying to cos schools. Many are not accredited. So you are responsible for financing, individually. As far as campuses, we have 4 here in Michigan. So East Lansing is kind of our home base. Our corporate office is here. Our largest salon is here. This is kind of where we started. So right on Grand River downtown, across from Michigan State's campus. All of our campuses, I think this is kind of one thing that sets us apart, is they're all in big college university settings or downtown area that, you know, get a lot of foot traffic. There's a lot of restaurants and shopping and kind of trendy areas. They're busy. They emulate a high-end salon and spa setting. So our students really get a lot of that, you know, real salon feel. They're busier than a typical cosmetology school would be open to the public. So also they get a very diverse clientele, which is great because our students get so much more experience working with different textured hair. So this is the inside of the East Lansing campus. So the bottom picture is our clinic floor. It's actually so much bigger than it looks here, but the top picture is the retail section. So part of our curriculum we do, because we are, you know, owning salon and spas, we kind of teach a little bit of the business side. So you learn, you know, some basic profit and loss, you learn the retail management side of it, a little bit of like social media, marketing and that kind of thing. We are downtown Royal Oak. It's a beautiful campus. It's the entire downstairs is our retail section. And the upstairs is, the bottom picture here is our clinic floor and the top picture is our nail spa. So it's a really pretty campus. It's huge. It's much bigger than it looks as well, but it's all windows and, you know, kind of looking out into the city. It's got a really cool vibe to it. We are also downtown Ann Arbor, kind of smack in the middle of University of Michigan's campus. That's busy area. Again, beautiful campus. They're all very unique in their own way, but kind of have, you know, that trendy vibe. And then we're in Grand Rapids. I love this campus. It's an old post office building, and I just love the way it's set up. It's all brick on the inside too, and it has like those glass garage doors. So when the weather is nice, the doors are open, and it's just a fun, cool area to be in. If you're interested in leaving Michigan for a year for your education, we are in Chicago by DePaul University, really pretty. And then also Knoxville, so University of Tennessee. Both very cool cities to visit, cool cities I would think to live in for a year. So there's always that to explore. We do partner with different charities through the year and our students get to participate. So I like to mention it. I just think it's kind of a fun little, you know, being able to give back to the communities that we live in and work in is important. And our students get to learn through that process. So programs that we offer, we have cosmetology, esthiology, massage therapy, and barbering. Our cosmetology program is 1,500 hours. So it takes just about a year, depending on if you're going to do a day class or evening class. So the day programs are done a little bit quicker. Both programs are 5 days a week. So it is, you know, pretty much a full-time program, but you're done in about a year. So that's the beauty in it. And you're going to learn a little bit about everything. So hair, makeup, skin, nails, waxing, kind of all of the above. Our COS program is heavily focused on hair. So our students get a ton of hands-on experience doing chemical services, cutting, coloring, styling, that kind of thing. Part of our curriculum also includes exploring different careers in this industry, which I love because, you know, people think when you go to COS school, we're going to work in a salon or spa, and that oftentimes is the case. Most of our students are going to at least at some point work, you know, as a colorist or stylist, but maybe wanting to own your own business is something, maybe, you know, platform artists or celebrity stylists, they all start with the same 1,500 hours. We've had a lot of really successful students come out of Douglas J, and we you know, we have that alumni network. So reaching out to people who have gone through the program and are working in different careers that they never even knew existed is kind of part of what we can offer. So maybe becoming a salon trainer, I think that would be so fun, where you know, go around to different salons and help train staff. Super fun, a lot of travel, pretty good money in that too. Maybe becoming an educator, manicurist, pedicurist. There's a lot of, you know, you can specialize in something if you're like, I really love coloring, or there's so many different kinds of salons to work at. So all of those things we kind of explore with students to help them figure out what, where they're going to be most successful. And then we do have the esthiology program as well. Maybe you've heard it called aesthetics or esthetician. It's super popular. It's really a growing program. It's only 600 hours, so it's a really quick program. It only takes about 4.5 months, which I love. It flies by. By the time you get started, you're almost done. We offer both day and evening classes in this as well. And it's all about skincare. So you'll learn to do a skin analysis with your guests. All of our facials are 100% customizable. So you'll then go create a specific facial for your guest, do the facial. Waxing is included. So everything from eyebrow, lip, chin, legs, bikini, Brazilian, underarm, all of the waxing services are included in that. So again, working in a salon or spa is probably the most common. Maybe becoming an educator. We've had a few of these students become sales consultants for certain skincare lines that they're really passionate about. We're seeing a big, growth in med spas. So sometimes these students are wanting to get their foot in the door, and this is a great starting point. A lot of the med spas will provide on-the-job training, but they prefer to hire people who have an education, have some experience, have a background in skincare. And a lot of these students will get additional certifications. So we all know how popular lash extensions and microblading and all of those things are. And they're expensive services. So you can make, really good money doing that. It's hard to get started if you can only offer one service to build your clientele and things like that. So if you are able to offer the more services, the better, and build your business and then maybe specialize from there. You're also more likely to get hired if you're licensed and then have the certification in bigger salons and things like that. So something to think about. We have massage therapy program only available in Ann Arbor, East Lansing campuses right now. 625 hours. So again, takes less than 6 months to complete. And we offer both day and evening classes. A lot of our students will do more than one program. Definitely up to you, depending, what you want to do with your career. But this is a good one to go with any of the programs because it is, 6 months. It's pretty quick. It's pretty flexible. People are usually able to make their own schedules with it. And being able to kind of pair it with other services. And a lot of these students are working in, chiropractors' offices, physical therapy, sports massage, that kind of thing. There's more and more people are realizing the health benefits in massage rather than just, an hour of feel good. Although it does just really feel very good for an hour. But again, it's flexible. A lot of these, it might be a side gig for somebody or something like that. So most of the massage schools that I've looked into take more than a year to complete. So I love that ours is, a little bit shorter. And then we do have barbering. We have one campus. It's in East Lansing. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very vintage. It's got like the old vintage barber chairs and flat screen. It doesn't look like a school at all. It's really cool. It's all glass. We just started our first barber program kind of like right before COVID hit last year or in March. And so it was kind of a rocky start for the barber program, but we're really, really excited because it's doing really well and our next 3 classes are full. We're really excited about how barbering, that whole industry is changing so much. Most people are surprised to know it's actually longer than the COS program. It's 1,800 hours. So it takes just over a year. And they learn a lot of the same things that COS students will learn, in addition to different cutting techniques. And, they have a little more practice hours. They're using straight blades on people's faces and heads. So we want to make sure they're definitely comfortable and confident with it. There's not a lot of barber schools in Michigan, and we had a lot of interest in it over the last couple of years. And it's really kind of, like I said, changing in so many ways. A lot of higher end large salon and spas are putting barber shops right in them. It used to be barber was for men and a beauty shop was women, and that's just how it was. And in fact, there's still a law in Michigan that barber students can't be in the same building as cosmetology students, which is just one of those silly laws that just hasn't been changed yet because there wasn't really a reason. But we know that's not really the case now. Women are going to barber shops, men go to beauty shop. Like it's all whatever, everything goes. So it's pretty cool to see how these two are going to, these two industries will connect. We have a lot of cos students coming back to get licensed in barbering, to dual licensed, and it's pretty cool to see. So careers in barbering include master barber, state board examiner, a men's stylist, instructor. Excuse me. And talking too much today. Again, owning your own business, editorial stylist, or I'm sorry, artist platform. Barbers tend to be super, super creative in my opinion. So it's neat to see what they can do. Oops. There is a kit that you get on your first day of class that has everything you need for the program that you choose. So it would include an iPad. All of our curriculum is digital, which is cool too, because if you're doing cos or barbering, you're able to build your social media portfolio, as you're a student. So we've had some students that were really successful with that. What else? You get all of your professional tools. They're all yours to keep. So curling irons, blow dryers, straighteners, clippers. Sorry. Everything that you need. And that's one less thing that you have to purchase when you're done with school too. You'll have enough to get started in your career, and they will last you a long time.
Wow.
We do offer career placement assistance as well. So it's really important to us that our students, are successful in this industry. So we do a couple career fairs every year. We have built great relationships with salons all over. They love to hire Douglas J students. So they're always sending us job postings, things like that. And then as well as being part of the Aveda network and reaching out to Douglas J alum, it's a great opportunity to get out there and market yourself. The career fairs are cool too, because I mentioned earlier, there's so many different kinds of salons, and it's a great way to explore where you think you're going to be most successful and where you're going to fit in the most. There's places where you rent space, there's places you're paid commission, there's just so many business models that to explore and find the best for you. Does anybody have questions for me?
I do. First, I wanted to know, how has COVID impacted your training ability? So when students enroll, what does training look like for them now?
That is a great question. Thank you for bringing that up. So right when COVID hit, I was so impressed. Douglas J didn't miss a beat. Like we, within 24 hours, we were up and running in a virtual platform for the classes that we could. So all of our programs are in like phases. So the intro phase in each program, we're now starting in a hybrid model. So all classes will start on campus only 2 days a week, and then remote 3 days a week. Because there's so much theory and safety, sanitation laws, those that you really do need to learn, that you can learn remotely, I should say. And then being able to go on campus 2 days a week where you are with your classmates, you're practicing with that same group. So we're just keeping less people on campus at a time. We're utilizing space a lot differently. We used to just have one, break room for all classes to go. That now each class stays in their own groups. So you're not sharing a break room with the COS class if you're in the SD class, if that makes sense. Every guest coming in, every guest and student and educator is temperatures are taken at the door. Everybody wears masks. In the SD program, when you're doing facials, you do get to the point where you're going to be working on somebody without a mask, because you just can't do a facial with a mask on. But our students will be wearing a shield and a face mask. You know, we're taking every precaution that we can and following all of the state rules as far as salons go. We get audited just like any salon would. So we're following all of those guidelines. And I mean, you know, we've had students who are just at this time not comfortable doing a facial, and that's fine. Then they would probably just put on hold, you know, pause their education until they feel more comfortable.
Okay. So then under normal circumstances, you have a practice floor where it's open to the public to come in for services?
We do. So after they're out of their intro phase, they would work with public guests. Yep.
Okay. Second thing I wanted to know, you're accredited. So does that mean that students can apply for FAFSA to finance the cost of their tuition?
They absolutely can. Yes.
Well, good deal. What is the
Yeah.
cost for your programming?
Another good question. So the cosmetology program is $24,250. And that includes an application fee as well as the kit fee. So the kit has all of the, you know, the tools that you're using. The application fee is $100.
And how long is the whole program?
It's 1,500 hours, so it takes about a year for the
Okay.
program.
Now, I also wanted you to tell me roughly, because I know it depends upon, you know, your ability as a stylist to build up your clientele. But once a student completes the program and they sit for their license, their state board, and they get their license, what type of a salary can they expect to receive relatively?
Yeah, this is tricky because I just did a quick Google search last year just in the state of Michigan, and it's the average is about 28 to 32,000 to start.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I mean, you know, haircuts range from $8 to $50. So depending on where you're going to work or, you know, what area you're in, obviously would impact it. And cosmetology, a lot of students are working part-time. So when it says $30,000, they may only be working 3 or 4 days a week. You know, that may not be a full-time career. You can certainly, I like to explain it to students that you're done with school in a year and you can be out and making money. But if you think of it as that first year as like a paid internship, because, you know, the really successful students are going to find a mentor and they're going to, you know, keep investing in their education and they're going to learn new skills and be able to increase prices. And so they can really, it's a really unlimited number for, you know, their salary income potential, but average starting is right around 30 in Michigan.
What is the maximum salary you've seen in the industry?
I'm sorry?
I said, what is the maximum salary that you've seen in the industry as a stylist?
Well, I mean, there are several that make over $100,000 a year just in the Lansing area.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really is a, you know, good income potential for sure.
Wow.
But again, you're going to pay $10 for a haircut at one salon. And, you know, our Okemos salon, there's a stylist in there that charges $65 just for a haircut. That's not even a shampoo. That's nothing. So, you know, I just think there's so much room in there that it varies so much, but the average I'd say is around $25 for a haircut in my area. And, you know, color in Okemos, they're charging like $250 for just the color service. So
wow.
That and a haircut, you're looking at $3 $6, you know, and it's,
Wow.
but then there's a salon for me where you can go, you know, $80, you're in and out with a color and a cut. So it just varies so much.
Do you guys have any other questions? Sharonda, do you have any questions for Deborah?
I might have missed it at the beginning. Is there only certain times of the year where the courses start, or can students enroll at any time?
So we have classes starting around every 12 weeks. So they
Okay,
would have to start on a start date, but they're starting all, you know, every,
it's 5 or
months.
6 times a year, so yeah, that's pretty flexible.
yeah.
Good deal.
Yep.
Thank you.
If I must ask a question, do the people that get their hair done at the school, do they get their hair done or cut at a discount? And she was asking about the people's income. You guys work a lot on tips as well. You don't work on tips, but you get a lot of tips as well. I would hope. At least I know I always tip.
Yeah. So there's, yeah, I mean, tips are always appreciated. But there are certain salons that do not allow tipping. For example, one of the Douglas J salons that we own, they do not allow tipping. They pay a commission to their stylists. So depending on, you know, what kind of salon you're working at, and it's noted, like no tips allowed. So you're paying more for services. Your tips basically already, you know, included in the cost. As far as the schools go, they are not allowed to be tipped. Students cannot be tipped. The services are very, very affordable. They're not, I think, you know, like a blowout is like $12 or something like that. So that it is very affordable. It's a much discounted compared to our salons, but, and everyone knows, you know, we make sure that, you know, it's done by a student. There is an educator nearby to help with questions or, you know, make sure they're not going to really mess somebody's hair up.
Okay,
Other than that,
here's a really valid question. So you see my hair, do y'all do all types of hair? Or do you just basically
all types of
cater
hair.
to the Caucasian people? Or
No, I'm so glad you brought that up. I love, actually, our marketing team is really working with being more clear that we are definitely working with all types of hair, all textures. And I think that's a good point. Like I said, our students get so much more, you know, exposure to different textures being in like a college setting than a typical cosmetology school that's located in one area of town where they might not see as much diverse clientele. So our students definitely get to experience more.
Deborah, what are the admission requirements for Douglas J?
So we don't have any like minimum test scores or anything like that. We're a trade school. So it's very, very basic, easy admissions process. We do require students to come in and tour a campus, meet with a admissions coordinator. And then from there, it's your basic application. We do ask for a letter of intent and a letter of recommendation. High school transcripts, or I should say, you need your high school diploma or GED. We don't need the transcripts anymore. No felonies, from a student's past. Other than that, it's pretty easy.
Okay, so now, do they have to be 18?
They do not have to be 18, but they have to have the high school diploma.
Really? Okay.
So a parent would, if they are under 18, a parent would sign their contracts for them.
Okay. And when you say no felonies, is that blanket across the board, or are there any exceptions that can be made with regards to that?
I have heard that if it's a felony that's happened years ago, there is some wiggle room, and it's on a case-by-case basis that has to be cleared by the director of the campus. But yes, I think there have been I can't think of the word, but cases where it's been accepted.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
Well, if there aren't any more questions, then we will wind this up. Okay, good deal. Deborah, thank you so much for
Thank you all.
Thank
coming
you.
out. And I know this was helpful information that will
Good.
keep many of our students in determining what they want to do, because many of them don't. I can't say often enough how I'm always inspired. And if I had it to do over, I'd enroll.
It's never too late.
I know. A second career.
Yes, you'd be surprised. That's especially the SD, that's a big one. It's only, 4.5 months of your life and you can get licensed.
Yeah, yeah. And the amazing part is it's now federally funded through
Yeah.
FAFSA.
Yes.
It didn't used to be like that. You had to pay for it yourself. And so it really is an awesome opportunity for students, to get their license to be a stylist, a cosmetologist, barber,
One other thing I want to mention before I forget, I know a lot of schools have tech center programs where students can do cosmetology while they're still in high school.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, a lot of those students never finish their hours and they never get licensed. But it is transferable. It's usually not hour for hour, but it's pretty close. But so if a student has completed so many hours in a program like that and they wanted to transfer, that's something that we can look at case by case as well.
Good deal. Good
And
deal.
it saves them some money if they don't have to do the whole start from the beginning. So
Good deal.
yeah.
One last question. Everyone, what is your success rate? What is your completion rate?
Gosh, I had an old number and I just last week I just looked this up. I don't know. I know that 79% of our graduates are working in the industry though, which is in a industry like this, that's a really good number for a trade. So our completion, it's very high as well. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can look, I'll try to get that and email it to you.
Okay, good deal. And then
Yeah.
if you have a student that is experiencing difficulty, is there an ability for them to get some one-on-one tutelage so that they can struggle through the difficult area?
Yes. Our educators will work with, we've even done, had students that had to come in and have personalized learning plans. So,
Wow.
might struggle with reading, an educator can help read the test to them so that they know.
Oh, wow, that is awesome.
It really is. So, and again, that's kind of a case by case situation, but absolutely we can help individually learn.
Good deal. And then I had one more question. What is the class size? How many students in your classes now that we're in COVID?
So our CAS, it caps out at 30 students. We rarely have, depending on the campus, Ann Arbor is usually full, usually right around 20. And they are right now with COVID, they're 6 feet apart when they're on the clinic floor with guests. But in their classes, because it is a program where you will be touching other people. So, I mean, you have to be comfortable being able to not be 6 feet away from somebody. The SD classes are all very small. They about 14 students, and you have a partner that you work with. So
what about the massage course?
Massage is super small, right around 6 students at a time.
Wow. Good deal.
Okay, I know we're wrapping up, and I believe Miss Toni did ask this question, but please forgive me. How much did you say it was for the tuition for the cosmetology program? Please, I'm sorry.
No problem. It's $24,250.
Now, is that price just for cause, or is barbering, massage, and SD a different cost?
Different. So the SD is $12,500.
Okay.
Massage is $12,500. Barbering just changed, but it's like 18. Oh, it's 18.5.
Wow, that's interesting that barbering is less in cost, but more in hours than cos.
Yeah, I think it was really new. So I think, we just started this right before COVID hit. So I'm sure the price will be going up for the barber program with our,
I
the
need to get in on this now.
Yes.
Okay, good deal. Again, thank you, Deborah, so much. It was a great presentation. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everybody for coming out. And again, I know this information will be helpful, and I want to thank everybody and wish you all a excellent rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you
Deborah.
all. Have a great day.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Thanks again, Deborah. Oh my
No
God.
worries. I feel bad that I was late. Here I am just sitting on my Zoom like no one's coming.
That is okay. If you don't mind, I'd like to have you back again next
Yes.
year, like February, March, because well, okay, 12 weeks. Did you just start a class?
Oh gosh, we're starting one next week, I think. Okay. Yeah, we're starting next week.
Okay, so then December, so around March, where your next startup will begin. I'd like to have you back so that we can generate some interest for kids to enroll around that period.
I'd love to. Please.
Good deal.
Time. I have so much time on my hands right now with presentations.
Oh my God,
It's
isn't
a slow time.
isn't this so weird?
Very, very, very. My kids just went virtual this week.
Did they?
So I'm trying to learn the whole working from home, virtual momming, not losing my mind. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right. You have a great rest of the day, and I'll be in touch.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Immediately. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so sorry that I didn't even think about doing that. I didn't think about doing that. I'm so sorry. Let me pray right now. Let me pray right now. Father God, in the name of Jesus,